St. Paul school children have had help keeping warm since the mid-'80s, thanks to the skillful hands and warm hearts of the marvelous Mitten makers. The Mitten makers are sponsored by the Greater St. Paul Retired Senior Volunteer Program. They have a membership growing strong at 117 men and women. The volunteers serve as drivers as well as knitters, delivering a variety of clothing for children and people in need.
The Mitten makers do many things. They make stocking caps. Some of them do beautiful scarves for children to put around their necks and to tie the collars up tight. We have people who crochet. We have several different kinds of hats that people have made from their own patterns. We also do afghans, slippers, baby booties for the agape, and for Bridgeview, which is a handicapped school.
With donated yarn, the Mitten makers were able to produce over 5,000 items last year to distribute to 51 St. Paul schools. In addition to providing for school children, the knitters made over 1,700 items for disaster victims in Grand Forks and Comfrey. The group also knits for the homeless. 150 items are provided each year to the Dorothy Day Center.
It's something that they know is usable. They know where it goes. They know who's getting the product. They know that it's a necessary thing in Minnesota.
Phelan Lake is one of many schools in St. Paul, for that matter across the country, where many of the children come from families who are living in poverty. By the donations from the marvelous Mitten makers, children simply have articles of clothing to keep them warm and healthy, and therefore in school throughout the colder months of our year. I think for the children it creates a sense that there's a larger community out there who cares about them. It helps our senior citizens, who are a major population within St. Paul, stay connected to the school and realizing that we're all in this together as a community. What a senior citizen can do on a volunteer basis does make a difference in the life of a child.
One of my roles for many years has been giving out clothing and clothes as children need it. We always need someone in a school to do that part of it. Every time the student comes to me and their hands are red and you see a smile brighten their face when they're given a pair of mittens and a hat, and they know that they'll be able to go home warm.
For the senior volunteers and the marvelous Mitten makers, just knowing they can continue to make a difference in a child's life is their reward.
I know how to knit good mittens and caps. And if I can make a couple of children warm each month, just knowing that makes it a worthwhile project.
It is interesting to be able to turn in finished garments that somebody benefits from. Because as I drive in the mornings and I see these children going to school, often they don't have hats on, they don't have mittens. Yeah. So it's a good feeling when we get these thank you notes from these teachers, the students, that they are wearing our mittens.
I guess just the doing and the giving. And as I said before, we do get thank you notes. And I'm sure that there's a great many of us that would be perfectly happy and contented if we never heard a thank you note. I have not seen any of my knitted things on any little child either, but I would be just thrilled if I saw some little one with a really colorful hat that I had made. It would be fun.
There's a saying about how it takes everybody in the community to help raise a child, and I think this is just another aspect of how the community chips in for the St. Paul school students. The marvelous Mitten makers are making a difference at Phelan Lake School, or in the St. Paul School District, and we can be thankful and they should be proud of that. They're helping to raise our children here.